there's also someone else being sued at the moment. Have you guys heard of a YouTuber called You've Reached Melanie?
Yeah, and I saw that she was being sued.
Yeah. So they're going after a YouTuber with only 1.41 thousand subscribers. Now, the problem with this is there's people out there, no doubt, who are thinking about, I'd like to be an anti-MLM YouTuber. I'd like to get my story out there. This is going to scare them off. And that's what they're doing. This is a form of intimidation. They're trying to scare people from doing this. So it's absolutely, to me, I would say the number one objective at the moment as anti-MLMers, or in Scott's case, anti-Tool Scam campaigner, we need to stop these companies from seeing this tactic as a good one. And the way to do that is to make sure that someone like You've Reached Melanie, not only do less people see her video now, but more people see her videos now. So I urge you guys to promote her. I urge the big anti-MLMers to promote her, even if you don't like her, even if you disagree with some of what she's saying or you disagree with her political views. Please, guys, promote You've Reached Melanie and promote and re-upload Marco's banned video. Because if we don't, what's going to happen is people are going to be too scared to speak out. And I mean, you guys like having guests come onto your radio show and tell their story. If they're successful in stopping Melanie from telling her story on YouTube, you guys, it's going to make it harder for you two to get guests. So you may not think that this affects you at all, but it does.
I don't know what Melanie said to get sued. I don't support somebody until I know what they said to get sued. I know that Marco was talking about Primerica being a pyramid, and I don't personally believe it is. So even if Marco wasn't the nasty person that I know that I would not support him, because he was talking about an MLM being a pyramid, and he had absolutely no facts or evidence to go on. And I suspect that Melanie did similar stuff. She just made stuff up and accused a company of doing something that she had no basis of fact to stand behind. And I'm not saying these are good companies, by the way, all right? I'm saying that when they find a way to sue you, they will. And so you have to be careful. You have to have the facts, and you have to be accurate, and you can't lie, you can't exaggerate. You have to just stick with the story. And I don't know enough about her to know what she said.
Most of Marco's video, he wasn't giving opinions. He was just letting them hang themselves. He was giving them rope, and they were hanging themselves with it. He went into that woman's office.
I agree. A lot of that video was him recording them legally. Apparently, in Alberta, it's a one-party state, so he was doing it legally. But then when he adds his comments, that's where he gets stupid. If he just would stop being stupid, but he's always stupid, and so he can't help himself.
Well, hang on.
And if I can throw in, hold on one second, Glenn. If I could just add on, They didn't just remove that one video. They removed like 13 or 14 videos from his channel. So you saw the total number of videos go down. And Marco's biggest problem is Marco doesn't know how to behave and act normally because he's such a shyster and just an over-promoter. So what he did, after the video came out, he spent another whole video basically attacking, threatening people in Primerica, and making threats like, if it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna make sure that Primerica goes out of business, and if it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna make sure that, I forget which people that he was going after, they're gonna lose their livelihood. So it was actually threatening people, and I think soliciting violence against these people as well. Because if there was somebody a little bit unhinged and they were watching those videos and they had their addresses, they could actually do nasty things to different people. So it wasn't just Marco's, using your words, miraculous video, which was average at best. It was the other things that always stupid Marco has a tendency of doing that got him taken down, and also rightfully sued, and probably rightfully decided that he should be taken off not only the Primerica stuff, but probably even based on the threats that he's made, besides being stupid, because there's no crime for being stupid, which he would face the death penalty, the crime that he faces, he was making attacks on different people. So he's made allegations about threatening us, even wanting to have us go up there so he can kick our asses. So, why in the world would anybody want to entertain a fool? And I think that's the biggest problem why other YouTubers are not uploading Marco's video. They don't want to have anything to do with this clown. He's a jerk. He's always stupid. He's a jerk. He's always stupid, and even the gals that are the most anti-MLM really want nothing to do with this guy. They've had plenty of opportunities to work with him, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's no longer, if the anti-MLM conference, Bill Keep people don't invite him back next year because he's such damage. Like, why in the world would they ever want to invite a guy who lost lawsuits against several